Alright, welcome back all my legendary traders and entrepreneurs. Today's video, I'm just going to show you guys very quickly last week's trades. So last week I took about 3 trades and I'm going to break down my best trade. If you guys saw my previous video, how I made $300, but I didn't show you guys the one from before. But I'll show you guys how I made $1,115, I believe, last week. And I'll break you guys down my best trade, why I entered, and how I exit that trade, okay? So let's get to it. So as you guys can see here, my best trade was February 22nd here, EURCHF. If you guys saw my last video, I showed you guys the trade, but I didn't break it down for you guys. But last week I only took 1, 2, and 3 trades. Euro CAD I actually entered by accident. Not by accident, but when I entered it, I went to go review the trade, and all my confirmations didn't meet, and that's why I exited that trade. CHF JPY here, I did a trailing stop loss, and it just stopped me out early. It was a big candle, so my trailing stop loss was kind of far, so basically I just broke even on that trade. Euro CHF, if you guys want to see that breakdown, this one, go to my previous video right before this one. I broke down on why I entered and exit. But today I'll show you guys my best winning trade for last week, and this week I'm up $1,115.89 in profit. So let's go to it. So before I enter the trade, all I saw was this. So I'm just gonna walk it through as I saw it. So as you guys know, I like to trade using the moving averages. It's not the only confirmation. Some people saying don't only use that indicator. I use multiple indications, support, resistance, like other stuff, just using price action. I'm also testing out some indicators to see if I get a better precise entry, because I do get a little bit of drawdown on my entry. Sometimes it goes straight to profit, sometimes it takes a little longer. But you can see here, as it was going up, going bullish, 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 and then price pulled back. I like to wait for it to pull back and then I enter, because if you enter up here, then it's going to drop. So I like to wait for it to pull back and then continue buying in that trend. So right when I entered, the green candle was forming, so I entered it. Yeah. Well, not only that, it's what is it? It's not only that it's going green, but you found support and resistance on the higher time frame. You guys go to the higher time frame, you guys can zoom out, you can find out some more support and resistance from the past. Let me see here. You see here, it's the peak of top here, my entry here. You can see there is support. It's not exactly that point, but you can see here that it comes in, it hits these points. So you kind of look back in the data, is there actually support resistance there? But like I said, majority of the time, let me see here, January, February. I like to trade with the moving average. I like majority of my time frames to be all the moving averages to be aligned with each other. As you can see, my entry here, it's above both moving averages. M30, it's both above both moving averages. H1, it's above the moving averages. H4, it's above the moving averages. And even daily, it was above the moving averages, okay? But not all the time do I just use that. Sometimes in the higher time frame, even though if it's below some moving averages, I'll still enter the trade, because the higher time frames, the moving averages, it matters more long term, but I'm just trading short term. So what really matters for me is the lower time frames. So as you can see here, when I enter the trade, right when I entered, it went and almost hit my take profit, which was this green line right here. It almost hit that take profit, but then it didn't. So I just wait. Just be patient with your trade. Don't panic. Just wait for your trade. And if you see that it goes against all your rules, for example, it passes all the moving averages, then that's when I'll be looking out for an exit. But as you can see here, even though it went down here, it never passed the 200 and the other time frames. If it doesn't pass the moving average on the M15, most likely didn't pass on the other time frames. But yeah, while I was going, I always check. I set an alert on my phone to see once price hits my take profit here, I no longer do a hard take profit unless it's a strong resistance or support zone. So I'm letting my winners ride. As you can see here, it took 1 day, 2 days for it to even hit my take profit. So you can see here, right when this is all I saw. So I'm gonna use this line as my trailing stop loss. So right when price broke through my take profit, I waited for a strong candle to close. Right when a strong candle closed, which was this one, I moved my stop loss to become a trailing stop loss. So I'll be in profit. So I put it here. Uh, I don't move it until a strong candle closes. So bam, I'll leave it there. So this was a strong candle here. Let me just zoom in so you guys can see a little better. So all I saw is this right when that one closed. You can just set a 15-minute timer so you don't put a lot of emotions to it. For example, this big candle here, a lot of people just take their profit here, but I did not because I saw that it was going to continue. So I just, right when this one closed, I moved it just below this candle. You can either put it below the wick or the body. It's up to you. I believe with this one, I did the wick. And then the strong candle closed again, move it up. Strong candle closed again, move it up. As you can see here, this is exactly where I got stopped out. Yeah, so I just took my win. So usually I aim for $200, like I said. But my stop loss, I just let it go to an area where I think it won't return anymore. Then I will just close it manually. Um, yeah, but what I do, I don't want to use any emotions with my trading. I try to not use it as much as I can. Not use it. I try to not use any emotions when I trade. Sometimes I even close this down here. You can just click this up here, or wrong one. Click this one, and then it will not show how much money you made, how much pips are in profit, and it's just strictly candles. So that's a technique that I kind of use too to avoid using emotions. Because when you see, oh, I'm up $600, I'm up 700, up 800. I was actually up about $1,000 here at one point because it went up so high here. But obviously, you don't want to close it because if I close it down here, then I would have just made about $600 instead of $800. So let your winners run. I mean, it could have went for another 1,000. It could have came back down. So just stay consistent with your rules. Price came down, it hit. It continued to rally up, but I just follow my rules. When you follow your rules and it hits your trailing stop loss, just get out. And yeah, I mean, of course, we all wish to catch every move, but obviously we cannot catch every move that we want. We continue to just go bullish, but I'm okay with my $800 trade. So yeah, that took about 2 days. But you really don't need to monitor. You don't really need to look at it all the time. All you need is to set an alert at the TP zone. That's what I do, and then just wait for every 15 minutes for the candle to close. If it hits a strong area that you see on multiple time frames, I would just close it at that exact zone. But since this one, I was seeing that it was going to continue bullish, which it did crazy. I was trailing at M15. And yeah, if like I said in the last video, if you guys haven't seen it yet, if you guys wanted to trail further, you can use H1. So let's see H1. For example, if I did use H1, uh, I could have got it further. But the thing is, when I did my back test, some trades are better H1, some trades are better M15. So it just all depends on how you want to do it. For me, I just use M15. But let's say here, for example, that I did use the H1 candles. You can see here that I would have caught this big trend right here, and I would have got stopped out on this candle because what is it? The market gapped here, so this is what would have knocked me out. So I would have made a lot more. But when I always look back at your trades. For example, you take a trade today, go back tomorrow and review the trade. Come back in a week and review the trade and see if you could have done better or what you could have done differently. Okay, so that's what I do with my trades. At least once a week, I look back at all my trades and see how I can improve on it. But yeah, that's my breakdown. If you guys like to follow my journey, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like, and comment down if you guys have any questions. And I can't wait to update you guys this weekend because right now I'm getting very close to being in profit. And I hope you guys enjoyed.